Nerds. Welcome to Out of the Box Games. I'm Brian.
I'm Chris.
Today we're going to talk about how to prepare for a pre-release event, and then we're going to break down a pre-release kit.
I like those. Those are exciting, to be honest.
So, let's see.
Just got to be a Mondrog in there, you know? That Mondrog.
Watch, there will be. Right?
Yeah.
So first things first, what do you bring to a pre-release event? Well, first of all, you want to bring a bag to carry all your goodies in, right?
Yeah, you know you're going to get some stuff.
So, for me, I think a bag like this is most convenient. This is actually kind of a smaller bag. It's like one of those single, you know.
Or you could be like me, where I go in a scavenger bag, you know?
Yeah, or you could bring a handkerchief on a stick even. I mean, like, you know, like a hobo. whatever.
What?
A shopping bag.
Yeah. Shopping cart.
Or you could bring, I mean, bottom line, you can bring nothing at all. You don't even have to wear shoes. You can show up hungover, shoeless.
I mean,
and as long as you can pay for your kit, you're good to go.
Yeah, might as well.
But no, you wanna come for a little bit prepared. And you want to bring water, a snack probably, right?
Yeah, unless they provide, you know, like you could, just in case. Always be good to, but if they provide water, whatnot,
yeah,
you know,
all the better.
Always good to check in with your local.
I would bring one just in case, so for backup, you know what I mean? Because like, assuming they don't, that's a long time to go without, you know what I mean? That's like, what, 4 hours? It's like...
Yeah, I mean, it depends how many people show up. Because my last pre-release I went to was like 30 plus people. That was a lot. Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, it was...
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. Well, this set too.
In your bag, you want to have, ideally, a playmat.
Playmat, yeah, of course.
Reasons being, why do you want to use a playmat?
Oh, expensive cards. Yeah, expensive.
Yeah,
cards,
I mean,
and it's better to.
You might have sticky tables at your, game store. It's harder to move them, like on certain tabletops. This is nice and smooth. You get your cards on here. They move like slick as hell, right? And it's a way to express yourself. Maybe you have a splashy playmat, right?
I've seen some cool ones too. I personally.
Yeah. You want to bring a deck box.
Yeah, that's a must.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna have
a deck.
The deck box, right, from the current set. So the problem is they can easily get swapped out, on accident. So bring a deck box. You could even throw your name on it, just to make sure
it's yours.
It's yours. There's no discrepancy. You want to bring 40 sleeves. This is not 40 sleeves, but I just grabbed a handful. But you want to have 40 sleeves. Yeah? Why do you want to have sleeves?
Well, it's easier to shuffle. Personally,
hell of a lot easier.
Because a lot of times I see guys that, and I get it. Some guys, there's a guy at the shop that I go to. He does not do sleeves. Personal preference, that's him. But in all reality, number one, you gotta beat up the crap out of your cards. Yeah. Say, for example, you got an expensive card. Now, some people just may not care. I personally care. If I'm paying this much, I want to get at least a reinvestment into my cards. So I'm not sitting there just... Yeah, let me just wreck it.
You gotta remember, even your commons and uncommons, you might have a couple in there that are actually desirable. It's possible.
Yeah, there's cards out there, man. It's not.
And so you might, because some people just think like, oh, they're just mostly commons, uncommons, or from draft boosters. You might have a couple bombs in there, but they're, like you said, they're a hell of a lot easier to shuffle. I can't even really shuffle unsleeved cards.
I can't either. It just makes no sense. I don't know how the guys
waterfall like you're doing.
Yeah, you gotta bend all your cards. And then the deck is gonna look all like this at the end. Like you need something to protect your cards.
So sleeve them up. It doesn't take that long anyway. I would suggest bringing exactly 40, so you don't have to keep recounting and being like, because you would bring more than 40, it's like,
I personally like to bring more because it just in case, because depends on like, say for example, you have beat up sleeves. Maybe if you have like old sleeves, like you never know, like, okay, I can't afford to buy sleeves, so I want to bring this set of sleeves. Bring extra ones in case you want to swap out some, because I've had like incidences where the sleeves started splitting and I didn't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, I got extra sleeves.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So it's personally...
Me, I do exactly 4 just because like I sleeve very carefully. It sounds weird, but I do. I never break them. So like, and it annoys me to have to recount to like make sure that I'm, hitting the dot right where it should be. So yeah, sleeves, and then counters. I think this is really important, actually. You can have a lot of different types of counters, whatever works for you.
Dice, like,
minis.
I gotta get my magnifying glass and look at this one here. Is that a 1 or What is that?
If you're old like us, these are really hard to see, but
yeah, I'm not that old.
If you're really young, you run a choking hazard situation. But yeah. Like these are good for like tokens. If you have a shit ton of tokens, you don't have to keep like throwing dice on the damn thing.
You know, the thing is, a lot of people are generous. Like personally, like I've been times where I didn't have, like when I first started back again playing, a lot of people are very generous with dice. You ask them, most people are like, yeah, sure, but it's always good in case to bring your own to help other people. Right. Also in case, and then it's just like, let's get to share. I
have no problem sharing dice at all. It's like, why would you really?
Yeah, exactly.
A D20 works. I wouldn't use dice as a life counter personally because they get bumped.
The D20 is the best.
But the best way to track life totals is just simply get a notebook and pencil and paper, and just write it down, because there's no way to
actually that is the best method, to be honest. Write down, that's the old school magic way. People writing it down, subtract. You can't go around with a subtraction.
Yep.
We just get fancy with the dice counters and stuff.
And that way, if there's any discrepancy, you have it written down for everyone there. That's the easiest way. You could also do the apps, on your phone, right? Just the click, just touch.
That's actually another good option, which most people are now using, because most of us have smartphones.
The really only downside there is that the battery may die, and you have to touch someone's phone. Which, let's be honest, the phone is actually one of the dirtiest things that.
I know.
Like I'm looking at mine right now, and I'm pretty damn clean. I wash my hands like 20 times a day, and like my screen is all spotted. So
yeah.
So anyway, that's the two downsides with that, but it does work really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the worst option is have like a D20, which every pre-release kit comes with, but they just roll so easy, and I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. Anyway, so counters, definitely important. You can do the plus counters, that's helpful. Whatever, D6s, even the minus,
the minus one counters.
Yeah. So counters, what else? Basic lands. It may be a good idea to bring basic lands just in case your game store doesn't have them available. Because if they don't,
could be a rare case that they do, because every store does carry lands. They always do. I mean, from what
I don't know if I'd say always, because here's the thing.
Yeah?
It's like, because, we're used to it because, where we are, they run things properly for the most part in that regard, like for actual events. But yeah, there's game stores out there who may not have actual land station to pass around, or they just ran out, or for whatever reason. If that happens, what do? You know what I mean? Like if you don't have your basic lands.
Flip your cards and draw land.
Which I've done.
The island. It's like, this is an island. I mean, hey, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I mean, it's still the same. But a lot of people do practice bringing 10 basic lands of each color, just in case. It's like, why not? You can get them pretty much free. Unless you run monocolor, then you're gonna have to run 20 plus of that same color.
Yeah, I mean, if you plan on running monocolor.
Which I don't suggest.
I don't suggest it, but if you do want, in some cases you might be able to pull it off, but I would say know the set in advance and prepare for that. Otherwise don't plan on running a mono deck. As far as bringing things, I think that pretty much covers it.
One more thing. Bring a good mindset.
Bingo. Number one.
That's the most important thing. Don't go there for fun. Don't go all sweaty like some guys I see. I'm talking about sweaty, smelly kind of thing. But talk about salty, because in terms like people can get salty. But most of the time I've never seen, like in draft, most people have fun. I personally am a fun player. I don't like to sit there like I'm always just joking around. That dude is the loudest guy in the table. But, people appreciate it because it's just like, come here for fun, and I like to talk to people and have fun. And that's the main thing, you're learning how to play, that's
definitely perspective is key here. Yeah, absolutely. Bringing a good attitude, you have to be willing to lose and still enjoy the game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it can be frustrating where you're losing 3-0. I've been there like, oh crap, I just lost 0-3.
It could literally be, you can't take it personally, it's not you, and it could be the cards you drew. Sometimes you just get a shitty deck.
Or you just don't get draws are terrible.
Yeah, or you're drawing bad hands. Things happen like anything else, and it's like you just have to kind of be graceful about it and
Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't be a D-bag about it, right?
No, don't be that guy.
And on that note, you kind of mentioned sweaty.
Get sweaty. Oh, yeah.
Take care of yourself, man.
Take a shower. Because I can tell you countless times where I've come in there and I'm like, my sweat does not over sweat that guy because that guy, poor guy, I'm about to say, yo, listen, you need some.
Yeah,
I've had people come up to me.
It's pretty sad you have to even mention that, but
people forget sometimes.
And I think part of it is like people get maybe a little stressed, when you think about it, right? Some people might get a little stressed and they kick off that stress odor, right? The cortisol sweat.
Yeah, the cortisol sweat, yeah.
So yeah, keep it clean, dude. Wash yourself. Get some clean clothes on.
Absolutely.
And if you want to go real crazy, like next level, do a spritz or two of cologne, but not too much.
And a little stick, because I don't like the stick, but I personally use it because I perspire and I'm a man and I
just no more than like 2 spritz.
Yeah, don't make it too like your grandma's. No
one wants to taste your Axe body spray.
Yeah, nobody wants to smell your grandma's cologne kind of thing, right? It's just like how they spray that strong smell, like
potpourri in your face.
Yeah, oh, I can smell it. Like, jeez,
I can taste it.
I can taste the smell. Like, oh.
So the first step is to playing a pre-release event is find the event. So how would you do that?
Oh, always look up say for example, if you don't have a local card shop or a local, whatever shop that you're looking for, you always best thing you do is go on a Google Maps or go on a website, look at Google Maps or some sort of maps, card shops near me, and look for that. If you're looking to drive and find a really good one, yeah, do that. But in general, just search up your card shops.
Just drive until you find.
Yeah, just drive until you find one. Yeah, I see that game shop right there. Let's just walk in and see what happens. Oh, okay.
Well, we're a card shop. What do you know? Yeah. What are the chances?
Wow, what are they? 1 in a million chances?
And a good tool you can use is the WPN network online. They'll help you pull up the nearest WPN store. So they're guaranteed. If it's WPN store, they certainly have events going. That's for sure. Google it, drive around. I like the idea most of driving, just exploring your neighborhoods.
Yeah, might as well.
See what the hell.
I personally I found the other shop because the other guy told me out of another shop. Yeah, it was a card
Word
shop.
of mouth.
Word of mouth. Yeah, so you never know.
So then you have to register, right?
Yeah, register usually depends. They could either have online, which most of them do online now.
Either register online or call them.
Register, pay over the phone kind of thing. That's generally what most shops
that part's
do now.
Pretty straightforward. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Let's talk about brass tacks, nickels and dimes.
Depends. It could be from $20 to $30. Correct? Am I wrong here?
Yeah, I'd say at this day and age, about 25 to 25, as high as 45, but typically 35. I'd say 25 to 35.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Certainly in this area, tri-state area, you're looking at like $35. It's getting pretty serious business. But is it worth it? I would argue in most cases it is. It depends. If you factor in the entertainment aspect, that's how do you measure that? That's really hard.
I've never every draft and every pre-release I've been to so far, up to when I restarted playing, I haven't really lost out anything. The only pre-release I think was I lost it the first 2 because those sets I drew a couple lands, but most of my sets I'd be drawing the most nutty stuff, which is crazy. I draw Mondrox and the stuff
on pre-release events.
Yeah,
wow.
The Mondrock, I got a red, and I didn't even know. I was like, oh look, I pulled out Mondrock. They're everybody's like, oh, you got a Mondrock. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So all right, that's a big a bomb mythic, but it's you might, more realistically, you might expect maybe to grab a couple cool rares, maybe, you know what I mean? And values do decrease. So yes, if you price check your cards that you get, say from a pre-release kit, just know that they will almost guaranteed drop because that's the peak of the set. It's pre-release, right? And then once everything starts hitting the market, it's all gonna dip. So, what was Mondrock at
how
first?
How good the card is.
Well, yeah, but even then, Mondrock is now at what do we just looked at?
Yeah, because before it was 40 and went down to $32 now.
Yeah.
Online prices. Well, TCG, like most guys do nowadays. TCG, yeah.
So I priced out my last pre-release kit, and it was under, you know, it was all will be one, and then I did I unboxed what was the other pre-release kit I just showed over there? You were looking at it, 2021 core set? 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a 2020 core set pre-release kit, and that one, in today's current pricing, like that one actually was a little bit over, so that was kind of cool. So you never know. As far as whether or not it's worth it, I would say don't really get hung up on looking at it in terms of value, because chances are your cards are going to dip anyway. You might, if you're like Chris, this kid, you know, this guy pulls the crazy shit.
Yeah,
He pulls a freaking Elish Norn borderless.
Yeah, they're foil borderless.
Out of the bonus pack. So
yeah, regular bonus pack. And that was not even including the other cards. I had gotten a lot of other cards too that day.
Yeah.
Like, and also borderless Wanderer too.
But I wouldn't bank on that. I would go in expecting that you're probably going to be under value, but you have to factor in the entertainment aspect and what you get out of it as an experience.
Have your expectations at a certain level. Don't have over expectations and under expectations. Always have expectations that you're gonna have fun. Yep. And that's it. Like you're gonna you're going for the experience. You know, you might get some trades.
That too. We'll get to that too. That's another good thing for us to mention in a minute.
Because people will carry trades. Depends.
How long does the event last?
4 to 5 hours, average.
Yeah.
If I think about that much.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna play 3 to 5 people. Am I assuming correct here? Like, it's just, so.
Yeah, the rounds will depend. It will vary. I'd say you're guaranteed 3 rounds. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like regular drafts is always 3. Yeah, they don't go past that. So it's like,
and that in itself can take some time right there, you know. It's like you're doing best of 3.
Yeah, and also remember deck building. Yeah, the deck building.
Yeah, so you'll have 45 minutes to basically get your stuff together, and then you're gonna do best out of 3, at least 3 rounds. So you're gonna
go over too.
Remember it could do that, and you figure like, well, the time spent in that, if you're having a good time, is like, again, going back to value. It's kind of like you'll get your money's worth, I think.
Absolutely, you know? I always do.
And then, okay, so how to prepare for this set. So that's a tough one because it's pre-release. The set is not well known yet, unless you're really geeking out and you're looking up card lists and stuff online.
Looking at deck lists you want.
You're studying away the nights before. I mean, some people do that. Some people have really good memories for this stuff. They can read through a list of cards and retain, 50% of the damn things they read. It's nutty. Like,
I'm not that
either.
I'm like, my deck, I just go along with what I can find, and then I'm like, this is...
Visually, I'm pretty visual with the artwork. I'm like, oh, I remember seeing that, but what it does and everything, I have to read it like 10 times.
10 times, yep.
So as far as, obviously, if you can know the set better going into it, that you're going to be like crushing it, probably. You know what I mean?
Probably.
It just makes sense, right?
Always.
I would say if you're going to take that route to prep, it's like, look at the color combinations that really, work. Like with All Will Be One, the most recent pre-release set, it's like, if I had known the color combos to go for, I would have done a lot better.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Right?
I just go along. I personally like my
oil counters. Not a pre-release event.
I mean, oil counters is not bad. It depends on the card because some of them could just a lot of the oil cards are.
Yeah, it's too slow. You need poison.
It's always
toxic. Excuse me.
What is it? But what's the
Mirrodin?
Oh, that's my favorite. For Mirrodin. That's generally like my favorite line. There's a guy in the shop that hates it, but I was like, yo, can I just do one for the crowd?
Just one.
Just one for the crowd. Everybody, I am the people's man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say like the main mechanic though that's really good in that set is the whatchamacallit?
I think it's toxic because you just beat them out so
proliferate.
Fast. Well, but without, like, say, toxic, what are you proliferating? You know what I mean? Like, you have to have...
Well, like counters, like, it could proliferate oil counters. You could... Anything that has a counter.
No, I know, but I'm saying the actual mechanic that's going to make you win, though, would be something like you have to pick, like, oil counters or toxic.
Yeah, toxic is probably the main thing.
Yeah.
But you can still kill your opponent even beforehand without toxic in the set. I guess
possibly,
it's like,
yeah. But anyway, so the point is, if you want to get to know the cards, it's a little tough. You can look up different sources online, of course, for card lists, but Draftism is a really, really good way to do it.
That's true.
You'll basically what it is think of it as like a what would you say, like a digital guide to draft cards. It'll basically draft cards from the set. You'll get an idea of what you might be looking at, what you might actually be working
It's always good, because I'm not that good at draft.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at draft.
It's challenging. It's
just a way to get creative. But it's a good way to actually, like, look at what you like. I always like to go with the style of my own cards, like green, white.
We'll get to those tips when we crack this thing open, because it depends on what you pull. Like, you look at your bombs and it's like, hey, I want to build off of that. Or you look at like, hey, I got a whole lot of support for this particular color.
Don't do what I do. Pick a rare and then just do it off there. Because I do that. I'm like, that's not a good idea. I'm like, I know, but I still want to do it. It's still a good card.
All right, and on that note, actually, I think we are ready to crack this one open.
All right, so am I doing the honors this time?
I think you should.
Hey, I always
think you should.
Me and my giant
hand. While we're going at just the one giant hand. Well, his left hand's smaller than his right. It's really weird. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know if you guys get the reference. My right arm is a lot stronger than my left, and that's from I don't know if you guys remember League of Legends. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking something different.
Oh, really? Oh.
Something nasty.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Now, there's a game for
a solo game. Chris's favorite game to play solitarily.
Solitaire.
All right. Oh, shit. Oops. Excuse my language.
You had to say shiitake.
Shiitake mushrooms are really good.
See, that. See the remix?
Good save. I mean, I have to edit that out. No, okay. There we go. So is Big C gonna crack this baby open?
Yeah,
right. So we got 45 minutes on the clock. What's your routine? What do you do? Just make sure whatever you do is right on this, around this.
Oh, they're gonna tell you, like, you can start and then you go and you rip this.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Pull the string.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I already messed it up a lot.
That's okay. Is the Phyrexian tied here? I don't know. Where is it?
It would be like
at the bottom or the top, or
it would be
in the box.
In the box.
Yeah. So first things first, real quick, just in case you're not familiar with it, these punch outs. So pretty much all the sealed product, well, except for booster boxes and collector boxes, they'll have these little punch outs.
They have also the poison counters here for you to
poison counters.
Yeah, because it is about
use counters.
Yes.
All right. There's a rule, actual official rule in Magic, that you need to have a coherent board state. I forget the exact wording. It's basically you need to have a coherent board state. A lot of players will not use counters or really anything like that, and you don't know what their board state is. All it does is put you at a disadvantage. It doesn't help you, it helps them. So I always ask, hey, do you mind using some counters? I have this big ass bag of dice. It's like there's no reason for them not to, right? And they always oblige. So we got six draft packs.
Unless they messed up and gave you a 7.
So no Phyrexian die, as you see. Got the black and yellow. Oh, let me get focus.
That is kind of a Phyrexian die, but it's only...
Yeah, it definitely has like Phyrexian white vibes, right? Cool thing about this set, it does have the set branding on there, so that's cool. Let's go with 11, always 11, and I get 3. You're gonna go for 20. You're gonna hit the freaking. Nope. 14.
So if you minus 3.
Yeah.
You get 11.
All right. So in here, you're gonna get a pre-release card.
I got Planeswalker.
Gonna be foil stamped. We got ourselves a Planeswalker Mythic. So that's dope.
Yeah.
And it's stamped here, 2023.
Not too bad.
So that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. That's nice. And then you'll have a divider.
Yeah, it's good. That's technically a deck box right there.
Yeah, so this is your flimsy deck box, and it looks cool. Good art on it.
Yeah,
but like I said, it's the same as everyone else's, and it is not. I mean, this you sit on this thing, it's dead. So have a real deck box.
I actually use that just as a backup. No, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I got.
And this is, so they come with these little things. Usually these printouts will have like some splashy kind of cool art to show you. Like,
some of them will show you decks.
Well,
deck builds.
They do show, the advice on the other side, which is kind of what we're talking about here. So, or actually, we didn't hit these points yet, but I meant to. So, you're gonna run 17 lands. Yes, you can do more or less, obviously, but 17 is kind of like the golden number here. Is like that you go with 17 lands, you're gonna have a good game. You should if you're
always
shuffling
make sure
right.
that you do, because
it
could go south, man. I've had it.
If you're running a lot of like 1 and 2 drops by chance. You could argue you do less land maybe, but really 17 is where it's at. And then
go with suggested.
Yeah, because remember this is a 40 card deck, so it's like you're more likely to draw things, right? So 17 lands is solid. 15 to 18 creatures, that sounds right to me. You know, it's a creature heavy format. Pre-releases, so you're going to want a lot of creatures. 5 to 8 other spells. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You want and sorceries,
you want your removal. Yeah,
always have removal. Yeah, always.
Like with this set, run ossification if you're doing white. If you got that, that's a 2-drop. Yeah. You can get rid of a planeswalker, creature, stuff like that.
What's that 2-drop that makes you sack a creature? Planeswalker. I traded
in this set?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a good card.
Yeah.
Instant speed makes you sack a creature.
Yeah, but have 5 to 8 of those, and then your mana curve should look something like this. Basically, you got to kind of visualize it. It's like whoop, like that, like a nice little wave there. 2 and 3 drops is really where it's at. You want to have
a lot of 2 and 3 drops
because you can play those multiples of those in like one turn.
3 drops is the 3 drops you should always have because it's the one when you go to turn 3 is your most critical time. Most of the time you're going for turn 3s anyway.
Yeah, and again, like if you're, if you can play 2 or 3, 2 drops or whatever, somewhere around that area, compared to just 1/5 or 1/6, it's like you're just getting that one card out in the 5 or 6
don't
mana
ever
range.
Have too many huge drops.
And then if they just nuke that, and then it's like, what do you have? You wasted all your mana to get this big bomb out.
I try to have like at least 1 or 2 big bombs, at least.
Yeah,
that's my main thing.
So that's basically, I mean, I agree 100% pretty much with what they have written there. I think that sounds pretty good. Where's the code card? Oh, wait. I thought this comes with a code.
Oh, yeah, the arena code?
Yeah, do they not do that anymore?
I'm not sure. I think it's like on another box.
I guess we have no... Oh, it's in here. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, if you play arena like me...
They're useful.
Yeah, you get your free pack.
Was it three packs?
Yeah, I think so. God. Some of them was 1 or 3.
So, first of all, let's get let me drop this down. I can actually see what I'm doing. So, this is Luca Bound to Ruin. All right, so that's our pre-release card. It's a mythic. I would say we probably want to use it, right? We want to run, ideally want to be able to run red and green in this deck that we're going to build. We'll look at the abilities and everything in a moment. This is your code card, and you guys are free to use this. Whoever's a lucky person to get on that first, have at it.
If not, then I'll use it.
If not, Big C will be using that.
I'm always put that to use. I like my free cards a lot, yeah.
Listen, can I get the blade there?
Oh, yes, the blade. Trusty blade.
Doctor, blade, please.
Doctor.
Thank you. Woo.
Surgical blade.
Right. It's branded, baby. Shing.
Out of the box of...
Out of the box of rocks. All right.
Mother machine.
So 6. Remember, you got to do all this in 45 minutes, right? I think that's what they give you, about 45 minutes.
More than enough time. Unless you're like really good,
I'm slow.
We gotta just like.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm fast with it. To be honest, I find the card I want, and I'm playing.
So here's the thing: when I open these, when you open these for your event, you're not going to be like opening them and be like, oh, you're going to basically just open them all up first, okay? Crack them all open. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sort them by color. I don't know what your process is, but maybe
I actually look back by pack because I like to look.
Oh, you actually look through and okay.
Well, I'm personally
like I said, I'm a slower person when it comes to actually reading the cards and figure out what they do. So I find like I have to make up for that time elsewhere then. And that's where this approach comes in handy. If you're slow like me, reading cards.
Nothing wrong with being slow, because I think slower is better.
Yeah, I have to, or I won't understand. Yeah, I won't understand what they do. I'll forget or whatever. It won't sink in. I'll forget a detail, the mundane detail, and then that can really suck, actually. Yeah. All right, so there's our stuff right there. This is what we're working with. Oops. And I can get rid of the blade so I don't kill anyone.
Ah!
All right.
Cool blade.
If you join our Patreon, you can get one of those.
Ah.
FYI. So here we go. So we're going to sort everything by color.
All right. Let's see what we get. This is gonna be the obliterator that you've been looking for.
Oh my! Can you imagine?
That's the card I was talking about.
Oh, Sheoldred's Edict.
Very good card.
Another great uncommon. Keep your eye out for that one.
It's
if you're doing this,
yeah. I mean, why not?
I'll put lands over here, I guess. Let's just do that, and I'll do tokens here. A little bit off camera here, but I got the important stuff on screen here, I think.
Mother of Machines.
Ha!
I always say Mother of Machines.
I have not pulled, on that note, he just mentioned, I have not pulled an obliterator out of anything I've opened, and I've opened like damn near everything.
I pulled
a little bit of everything here. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't believe it. Oh, there's another good one. Tyvar's Stand. So this is really great with Rot Priest.
I used that the other day, man. Good.
That's another great uncommon.
Swarm your
black.
Your opponent's field.
Oh,
Black
there's a rare.
Twilight. That's good.
Black Twilight. Land.
Token. Oh yeah, remember, always remove it. Oh yeah, no, that's draft.
What were you gonna say?
No, always remove your token and draft.
Oh yeah, that's actually worth mentioning too. I'd say just in case.
Yeah, 'cause I do that sometimes, and people are like, "You forgot to remove your token."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh,
excuse me."
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. If you're, oh, there's a good one. Okay.
Decent.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Scales high, man.
Oh, is that blue? Yeah. Good old Phyrexian lands.
I like the Phyrexian.
So for those, if you're doing a draft and you got no good cards to choose from,
pick the land.
Either you could pick a good card so that someone else can't get it, but if there's nothing, literally nothing, yeah, go for the value land.
I always go for the value land.
Yep. Phyrexian lands, the swamps are
valuable. If all fails, the lands don't, you know.
I mean, especially in a set like this where they're actually really cool. The black, the swamps are like, what, $1 or something on those?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
I got a bunch. I had foil ones too. Trade them off.
Yeah.
Trade them off, yeah. I was like.
So this set, we're just using an example because it's current. You know, this is the current set, so it makes sense to review this. You know, but when you're breaking down your cards, another one. When you're breaking down your cards here, you know.
Did you notice the paints? Like, it's not too good. Like, it's a little different.
For this one?
Yeah. You notice it's a little off.
Maybe a little washed out?
Mm-hmm.
Like the purples are maybe a little bit washed out. Yeah, I have to compare it. I noticed like some of the cards, especially from the early ones that I was cracking, like in early set boosters, are really quite washed out actually.
Yeah.
What the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Like the cards we're evaluating here to build a deck. Obviously, this is just pertaining to this set. Like, you know, it's going to change whatever set you're working with. We're just trying to show you how to approach. Double color, dual colors up here.
That'd be good.
We're just trying to show like the process that you can hopefully apply.
Oh, is it Phyrexian too?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
there's a mythic. Okay, so this is why pre-release kits can sometimes actually have decent value. It's like you pull. I don't know if this even. I don't think this one's worth much, but
no, it's got some, I guess. Yeah, it's because of how.
But it's like cool, right? I mean, like that's awesome. Pull something like that.
A lot of collectors like those.
I like them. It adds a nice, you know how it is. I like that splashy stuff, man.
Splashy, flashy.
But yeah, what we're showing you is basically just the general process to do this. You know, the set determines a lot about what you actually end up doing with the cards, obviously, what colors you might go with. But we're just basing it on what we have here available.
Another scroll.
Another one. Oh no, not another one. This is the other one was a Might. Defector Might, wasn't it?
No, the Scrolls Hive.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I looked at it wrong then. Look at that. All right, and there's another Phyrexian land and token. Okay. All right, we got all that done. So now there's different approaches here. Some people will look at the mana costs first. You know, they'll kind of like sort everything out by mana cost. Some people just look for the bombs for each color. Let's just try the approach of look for the bombs. How about that? It'll be a little more interesting, at least for the video too, I think.
Probably.
So here we got, all right, so basically what we're looking for when I say bombs, I mean, we're looking for mythics and rares, right? And there's another one. Yeah, you're right, we did get 2 of those. Okay, so for white, what we're looking at is 2 Screll's Hive. It's a 2-drop, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 Phyrexian Might with Toxic 1, and they don't block. And has corrupted, so as long as the opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control with toxic have lifelink. So you got some lifelink action in there. It's a passive card because of enchantment. You're paying 2, it's just sitting out there, but it's doing something cool in the background. So that's solid, and we got 2 of those. I think that's pretty cool. I was hoping we'd have good red and green because, I mean, look at these planeswalkers we have.
Yeah.
So let's see. Blue. Let's look for a bomb here. I don't think I saw any when we were
we didn't really get
no
Blue Sun's Twilight or nothing.
Oh, I got a black mixed in there. Whoops.
Black, blue,
yeah, you're right. So I would omit blue right off.
And blue's not good in the set anyway.
Yeah, I don't think blue is very hot in the set anyway. Yeah, I agree.
Black is
dope. What do we have here? I don't think we pulled any bombs in this. I didn't notice anything. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we grabbed like 2, I think we had 2 Twilights.
If you look at the art in both, they're kind of a little different, I think. Or am I just looking at something?
You tripping, man. You tripping.
Oh.
So we got 2 rares, 2 Twilights on that.
That's some good stuff in that.
Yeah, that's solid. Here I wouldn't expect anything. I don't think there's really much craziness.
Artifacts, not really too much.
But I would omit this. I don't think I mean, that's toxic 1 for 2. When during enters battlefield, you may search your library for basic.
Not too good.
Yeah,
it's all right.
It's not bad. I would put it at the top as a possibility. This depends on what color we're running.
Yeah, because you need 40, right?
Yeah. What?
You need like 40 cards at least.
Yeah, so it might be a good filler to throw in there. It's colorless, and it's 2. You get a 2/1 toxic 1.
Yeah, that's what I really.
And you get a land. So, Furnace Skull Bomb. These are actually useful, I find, because so it only costs 1, and then you pay 1, and you sack this. You draw a card.
That's
pay
always
2,
good. Yeah.
Sack Skull Bomb. Put 2 oil. Oh, this is for oil counters. I'm gonna admit that. I don't want to mess with oil counters, but Skull Bombs can be good. You
probably had some bad experiences with the oil.
Yes, I tried to play a frickin' oil counter deck and got my ass kicked every game, literally every single game.
I've actually had not bad experiences with oil counters. This helped me a few times. Got me out of the gulag.
I would say no. That's 4 drops for another one of those. No. Surgical Skull Bomb. So pay 3, return target creature to its owner's hand. Oh, we're not running blue, so no. And then we have Custodian. No. Okay. Scrap.
Big pile of no.
See the process? Once you break it down, it's not chaos. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Look for...
Red is really good in the set. Red is very good. I mean, I've gotten my butt whooped by red.
So we don't have any bombs in this, but red, like he just said, is pretty nasty in the set. You just got to look for what you have, like just browse through. Okay, this artifact, no. A Phyrexian Goblin with haste. Nah.
Goblins though.
Vault charge 3, damage any target and proliferate for 3. That's potential.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Affinity for equipment. I'm not really looking to run equipment. And he's 7 mana. He is a 7/5, but yeah. Chimney Rabble, no.
That actually is not a bad card either.
Didn't we just flip through that one? No. Yeah.
I don't think.
Splitter for Mirrodin.
Yeah, that's a good
equipment.
Card.
Is it?
Yeah.
4? For 4, you get what? You get a.
It becomes 2. I believe.
It's a 4/2. Because it's a 2/2 rebel. Okay, so it's an immediate 4/2, and then you have an equipment.
You can transfer and become a token. I got annoyed by that card.
I'd say maybe. Let's say that's a maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That one too.
Another for Mirrodin. What's this one? So this one's 2 instead of 4. I like that.
And it comes out as a 2/2. And
still creates a 2/2. Same token creature. Equips as a +1 -1 though. And equip for 1. Really? You like that?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Extra token
on
the field.
Maybe. I need something more from that, though. Thrill of Possibility. I love the art in this. This is an instant for 2. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards.
Good to cycle. That's always good.
That's good.
She's good, too.
Pay 3. You get Phyrexian Warrior. 2/3 menace. Equipment spells you cost, cast 1 less. I don't really want to focus on equipment on this fake deck that we're building though. But if you were focused on equipment, which you could because we already pulled some equipment here, this would be really good for that. But I want to omit that from this build. That one again, yeah. Blazing Crescendo, that's an instant for 2. Target creature gets 3/1 until end of turn. Exile the top card of your library until the end of, so this is beefing up one of your guys and you might be able to take someone out with that. But I don't know, man. It's not a direct damage or anything like that. It's not really removal. It's kind of that offhand, if you're lucky, removal. You might be able to make use of it. That one. Awaken the Sleeper. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. It's equipped. If it's equipped, you may destroy all equipment attached to it. If you're up against an equipment deck like he wants to build, I can tell on this set, this would be cool to play if someone does. You're basically stealing their creature, destroying their equipment, and then they do get it back, the creature back. But if you hit them with something with toxic and you're running toxic, that can be really nasty. It is 4. I don't know. What would you think?
It's not bad.
Possibly, maybe.
Sideboard.
Okay. And then I think we cycled through everything here. Oh no, we didn't actually. That's the Goblin Warrior again. This is a Phyrexian Warrior, Forge Hammer. Whenever another creature artifact you control, put in the graveyard from your battlefield. Oil counters. I don't want to mess with that. Okay, so red. I'm not. Sometimes red is a real banger for this. I'm not actually feeling it at all, really. I feel like we only have about 3 good cards. Or excuse me, definitely 1 good card here, and maybe a few to choose from. So I'd say maybe. I'm liking white and black though. White and black
is probably best.
What do we have for green? Did we get any bombs here?
I didn't see any,
nothing.
But
we did get Tyvar's stand.
We got the
well, that and we do have Tyvar's stand. Okay, so let's look at these then. So a 3-drop for an enchantment.
I like that thing because it has flash.
Yeah, flash. You can cast it during anyone's turn.
And it gives hexproof.
Plus 2/2, and hexproof until end of turn. Kind of slick. Ichor split.
That's
I like this.
Toxic one. Good one.
It's got, it's a 1/3, so it's a bit of defense there to kick it off. Death touch, toxic 1. I think that's solid. Nauseous Assault, 5, sorcery. Creatures you control get 2/2. Whenever a creature blocks this turn, its controller gets a poison counter. For 5 though, and it's a sorcery, it's not an instant. I don't know. What do you think? I'm like,
unless you have to run a lot of creatures, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
As you're not running a lot of creatures, then just no.
Yeah.
That's a good card.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's a lot to read. Basically, I believe the idea here is it helps you pull a land.
And it gives you a token.
And a token. Old Daddy Longlegs, Phyrexian Spider, 1/3, nice. Reach, pay 2, sack it, proliferate. What do you think?
It's
only 2.
Yeah.
A little defense there. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, I didn't realize we got this. Oh, it's Tyrannix Atrocity. No, I thought it was like the other Tyrannix, the mythic one. I'm like, whoa.
That's a good one.
No.
I would have put that right away.
Here's the thing. This is actually, if you don't have a lot of high mana cards, this could be something you want to throw in there possibly because it has haste. It's a 4/4 and has toxic 3. If they have no way to stop this thing, you're hitting with 3 toxic counters. And
name of that big card that's toxic 6. It's like a 6-drop, 6/7.
I can't remember.
Almost.
Yeah.
Kind of buff.
But you can see how, look, in situations this could be great if you don't have a lot of high mana stuff to run. I mean, would you omit it for now, or?
Keep that as an aside because it is a bomb. In the terms of power wise.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. I think it's a 1-drop. You choose one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Either grab a land.
Yeah, if you're sitting
proliferate.
on you're kind of sitting on 2 mana and you can't figure out what to do.
Yeah. It lets you get your land out, and also you can proliferate. So if you are running toxic counters, hell, you go win the game with this potentially. If you have 9, if you're sitting on 9, just play that out and you win.
Possibilities.
Of course, Tyvar's Stand. That's an excellent card. It's only 1 with X. X is going to give you a plus and gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
It's an instant. Because remember, you just swing in and use instant in there, and then that's it.
So you can defend with it, whatever you want to do.
That's a decent card.
Oil Gorger. What's this for 5? Hefty price. 3/4. Oil Gorger enters. You get 3 life. Then if you control a permanent with an oil counter, draw a card. If you're running oil counters, with a card draw. Card draw is a really underrated ability in Magic, in my opinion. Card draw.
Now card draw. I mean, think about Grizzlebrand for crying out loud.
Yeah. Card draw is really badass.
Who wouldn't want to have a full hand of stuff?
If you're playing the game, you're just drawing off the top. It's
not good.
And you draw land 3 times in a row. It's
not good.
Yeah.
You want a full hand.
Silvok Battle Chair. Whew, big price. This is a 6-drop. For Mirrodin. Equipped creature gets 4/4 and has trample. It's a badass card. When you think about it, it's pretty strong. But look at this. This is crazy ass mana stuff we're talking here. All right, another Ichor split. I say we throw that in there too. And omit these. Okay, so where does that leave us? We're looking at white, black, and green. We didn't really go through actually these. I went through these more specifically because they didn't really have a whole lot of juice in them.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd be good for for you guys to see, just to see how to evaluate things,
Oh, we got this red black here too.
We do have this guy here,
but he's not gonna be any use because we're not running those colors.
Right, and yeah, so that's easy to omit that for sure.
Down to the basura.
Okay, so we evaluated these. Let's evaluate white now, because we definitely want to. I would say we probably want to run white.
Yeah, that's good.
We got some solid guys here. We got Porcelain Zealot. It's a soldier 2/3 for 4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets 1/1 until end of turn. If that creature has toxic, instead it gets 2/2 until end of turn. What do you think of that?
It's all right.
It's potential, I guess.
Potential, yeah.
Another 4-drop Vigilance. Enforcer gets +2 as long as you control 2 or more artifacts. I'd omit that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not relying. We don't want to rely on artifacts in that situation.
The cat's good.
Cat's good.
Ward is always good.
Yeah, Ward 2, so it protects him a bit. It's a 3-drop for 3/2.
The only thing is you gotta have equipment, but it's still Ward 2, and it's got a good power 3/2.
Yeah, as long as he's equipped, he gets 1/1. But it is a 3/2. I'd say that's definitely potential. Remember, in a 40 card deck, in this kind of format, you have to kind of pick some questionable cards.
Yeah, I have to. I just sometimes I've done it a million times.
You're not gonna have a perfect deck, or anything. Yeah. So here we got just I don't even know how to say that. It's a 2-drop. It's a 2/1 with lifelink, but it's only got 1 toughness. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, Mandible.
I mean, lifelink in general is just good.
Yeah.
I mean, I always like to have more life, especially playing that.
Yeah, I would anticipate running up against, but losing to poison counters in this format, in this set, rather than actually getting banged out from 20 hits. But yeah, life gain, lifelink is almost always welcome. I'd say potential, and it's a 2-drop. So worst case scenario, you block with it, you get yourself 2 life, I guess. I haven't really considered using this. What is it? The equip cost? Yeah, it's high cost already, and then the equip cost is high. I'm not digging it.
The white ones are not as good as the red.
Yeah. Indoctrination Attendant. What does this even do? It's a 4 with toxic 1.
Gives you tokens.
3/4. Oh, well, that could be useful.
I used it yesterday. It's not bad.
Maybe. Plated Onslaught 5. Affinity for artifacts. Creatures you control get 2/1 until end of turn.
Omit.
Yeah. We're not worrying about that stuff. Oh, I like this card personally. It's a 2-drop instant. Target creature you control gets 2/2 until end of turn if that card has toxic, draw a card. Remember, card draw, very important. If we run enough stuff with toxic here, we can make easy use of this, and you get a 2/2 and it's instant, so you can block with this and take out a creature and draw a card potentially.
Another one.
Oh, it's another one of these. It might make sense to do that.
She's good too.
Yeah, Duelist of Deep Faith. That's a 2-drop, 2/2, toxic 1. As long as your turn, Duelist has first strike.
That's good.
Very
first
cool.
Strike, yeah.
First strike with Death Touch, gnarly.
Yep. Might as well. That's a good card
everything
too.
out. Planar Disruption for 2. What is this? Enchantment? Oh yeah, enchant artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Can't attack or block, and its abilities can't be activated. So it's kind of like a variant of Ossification. Think of it that way. I think it's even the same mana cost, right? 2. Yeah.
It's like that blue card that we were looking at.
Yeah, why is this one not as viable then as Ossification?
I'll look back.
Weird. And yeah, another Mirrodin equipment card. All right, so last but not least, we got black.
That's a good one. Instant speed anyway.
Yeah, I forget what this one does. So up to 1 target creature gets minus until end of turn. If X is 5 or more, return a creature card with mana X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's a little complicated in my brain. I'm like having to. This is what I'm talking about. Like when I'm reading a card, they're on the spot, and I'm trying to like get my stuff together, for build a deck. I'm like reading this freaking 10 times. It's ridiculous. So what does this damn thing do, Chris?
Well, it gives minus. So what it does is like it targets a creature.
I need him to translate this to me.
So it targets a creature and it gives a -1/-1 till end of turn. So technically, like
wait, -1 well, it's minus.
Sorry, I meant -1. It gives minus
right
till end of turn. And if it's 5 or more,
by the way, is better than because a lot of people wonder like why is it minus? Like why would you want to do that? Not just destroy it. If the creature or planeswalker or whatever, if it has indestructible, if you
minus it.
Yeah, if you minus it, you wipe it out.
Yeah. But this is not counters, this is just till end of turn. So if it's just minus and then say counters,
creature, yeah.
It still will kill it.
But indestructible won't prevent it.
Nope, not at all, which is great. Yeah. And this is also good too, also because it brings a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield if it's 5 or more after the X.
So these Twilight cards, the key here is always hitting it with 7 total mana. It gives you the 5 to get that extra ability. I love the white version. It's a board wipe, gain life, create tokens. I think it's the best one. And it looks the best too. I'm very partial to it. But yeah, that effect is you want to dump 5 into the X on this.
Yep.
So for this one, actually, you just need to run it with 6, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's 5.
Because the other one, the white one, is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. So then you're recovering a creature as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you got 2 of those in this. So I'm liking that, right? Yeah. We get that life gain creature, back in to block and then gain life or whatever. Okay, so now what are we looking at here? Phyrexian Rat for 3. So Resident Value garage card.
Scrap.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if they have more than 3 or more poison counters and only one. Okay, yeah. All right. Anoint with Affliction. 2, exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. That's kind of cool. You exile it, don't just destroy it. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. If we're really working the poison counters, I guess this could be good as a 2-drop for removal.
Yeah?
What do you think?
Yeah, it could be a possibility.
Whisper of the Dross for 1. Target creature gets -1/1 until end of turn and proliferate. I like the proliferate, but it's only -1/1. It's like
it's all right.
You can remove a token. Like there's a lot of might tokens in this.
But they get a lot more might tokens, so it's not pointless.
Yeah.
Those things don't even block, so it's not really doing much.
So what do you think? Omit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ever use it.
Then we got another Chittering. Didn't we just pull a Chittering?
Yep. Put in scrap pile.
Yeah, scrap pile. Yeah. Fleshless. It's a 2-drop, 2/2, corrupted. Return Faithless Guardian from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. You lose 1 life. Activate only if an opponent has 3 more
poison counters. It's good if you do run that kind of corrupted stuff. When toxic.
Yeah.
You want a body on the field.
You could keep blocking with it, I guess. Losing the life and letting it back out there again.
We have a bunch of toxic in there, so it could be useful.
Yeah? Okay.
Possibility.
Vat of Rebirth for 1. A lot of low mana stuff on these black cards. I like this.
Yep.
Whenever another artifact or creature you control is put in the graveyard from battlefield, put oil counters, yeah. Bone Picker Scourge, Imp, Flying. As long as the opponent has 3 or more poison counters, Bone Picker Scourge has Death Touch and Lifelink. 3 or more poison counters. Death Touch and Lifelink. That's kind of dope, actually. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's Flying. I say maybe.
Fly is always good.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Testament Bearer, 4-drop for... Oh, it's a 4/1. When Testament Bearer dies, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard.
That's not bad.
Yeah?
I mean, it allows you to...
I'll say maybe because I don't know where we are on card totals here, so I'll put up here possible because I don't know where we're at for our 40 yet. So Fleshless Gladiator, again. Did we keep that one? I can't remember. Yes. Okay. So we may want another. It's only 2. Ravenous Necro Titan for 4. When Necro Titan enters the battlefield, sacrifice a creature unless the opponent has 3 or more. It's a 6/6 for 4 potentially if we sack something.
That's if we can sack something.
We don't have anything that really creates tokens yet. I notice, except that.
Scroll side.
Oh yeah, duh. Of course. Yeah. So we may want to actually do that.
That's a good card too.
This one, yeah. Draw 2 cards. You lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Whew.
Draw.
Wow, that's actually really good.
That's a good card too.
Oh yeah. Flying Toxic 1. It's a 2-drop. It's only 1/1, but you're hitting them with the poison counter. So
that's
Sheoldred's Edict. So choose 1. You each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Opponent sacrifices a creature token or sacrifices a planeswalker. Hell,
I like that because it can make somebody.
So even if they do get that damn planeswalker out that has hexproof, And another one. Got another one of these.
That's a good one.
Vraska's Fall, a 3-drop instant. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and gets a poison counter. Damn, black does have a lot of good stuff. I've actually not really looked at black for this set.
Black and white is probably one of the best.
All right, and then we have these guys. So our mythics, mono green. And this means here, if you're not sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. It means that you can pay 2 life instead of the mana cost if you want. Makes them even stronger. It gives you flexibility on casting them. I don't remember what this card does, and I don't want to look it up right now. So I would say
looks cool.
We would probably use it, but we'd have to we would want to use it either way, right? I mean, it's 3. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 mana, or it's 5 and 4 life.
It has completed the first thing,
right? Yeah. So I would say this is something you would probably want to run. And then we also have another green, so we clearly want to run green with this deck, and red splashed in, I would say. But the thing is, we don't have crazy red going on. We have better white, so that's a tough one. What does it do? It has completed. Yeah, completed. Add red and green. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creatures. Pay 1, create a 3/3 green Phyrexian beast creature token with toxic 1. Pay 4, Helllloooo deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures or planeswalkers, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control as you activate this ability. I don't expect us to have very powerful creatures, right?
Yeah.
We have like a 6/6 potentially to use as black, but I don't think we're even going to end up running black on this. I don't know. I mean, like 2, 3, 4. So it's 5. It's either 5 mana or 4 and 2 life. I think we omit this actually in this deck.
So omit both planeswalkers and just use.
Well, we could do both, or just keep this one and run like green and black maybe, because there's a lot of good stuff here in black that's low cost. I don't know. You could go. We'll look at just options here. So options would be hang on to this guy. I forget what it does. If it's solid, maybe hang on to it and run green and black. Otherwise, omit this. If you didn't want to do that, you could omit that altogether and maybe do, I don't know, white and black maybe.
I think best option right now. We looked at all the options. I think black and white has high potential.
Yeah, because I mean, look, like you're making tokens with this. You're casting these for 2 each. I mean,
a lot of flyers. A lot of good,
you got the life link. You got toxic. You got, this is solid. Throw that on a toxic. Draw a card. Beef something up.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah, so I agree. I think maybe omit the big cost planeswalkers. Certainly, I'd say the red and green option. Maybe consider doing that one and run green and black, or green and white. And I would omit the red actually.
Yeah, so
I mean, there's good stuff in here, but not enough for me personally. I mean, you would. I know you like red. In this set,
I like red, but I personally I'm running more white and black at this moment.
Okay. So,
most of the drafts I do.
So from there, we won't go through the steps from there too much, really. But what you would do is then look at your mana.
Mana curve,
yeah. See what kind of mana curve you're looking at. Just kind of all this means is you're just going to sort your cards into the order of their cost, which we have a ton of 2-drops, and that's what you want to see. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3, 4, 4. Only 2 4-drops. That's a good thing, right? And then, wait, what did we say? Black. Yeah. So then black, we're looking at 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2. And the X ones I was putting it back because you don't know how much they're going to cost.
Yeah.
It just guarantees
one. It could be 1 through 5, 6.
Yeah. So how many, now to put this in perspective though, how many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or remember, you're going to have 17 lands. So let's start from there. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Damn, are we good? We are literally just missing 1 card that we need.
The artifact.
So when you get good at doing this kind of stuff, eventually you can almost hit the nail on the head like that. Yeah, you would just go through the cards you dumped out, throw 1 more in there.
I usually go for the artifact, the draw.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot. Damn. Look through your lands too to see what you have. You might luck out and get something, like this actually is usul. The draw
Mycosynth Garden. Remember that?
Oh yeah. If you have artifacts, Mycosynth Garden. I like Mirror X more. You create tokens.
But the Mycosynth allows you to make a copy of anything.
Yeah, it has to be an artifact.
Really?
Yeah, it has to be an artifact creature. Draws pits, enters the battlefield tapped, but you pay 2 and you sack this thing, you can draw a card. So yeah, it enters tap, but down the road, again, card draw is going to save your ass.
Oh yeah, that
and then
dual land.
Oh, rare dual land. I didn't even notice we pulled that. Rare dual lands are dope. Always try to nab those. Yeah.
Let those go,
so that's about all I can think of. I think that pretty much covers everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully this video is useful to you. If I don't see how it wouldn't, because I think we covered just about everything, at least that I can think of.
Oh wait. There you go. Sorry, I did a.
Try, yeah, maybe a little more. There we go. His strong hand. You got to use the strong hand.
I think my strong hand is weak then.
So we're gonna close this off with a promo giveaway, free giveaway. So this is a Phyrexian counter click wheel. These were WPN exclusives. If you bought a sealed product from the WPN stores that had these, you could get one included with your order. So we're gonna give one away. How do you do that? Well, all you gotta do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. What should they comment?
I mean,
a joke, maybe something funny.
Oh, hey, if you got some pointers. It's got like some good pointers.
What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What would you like to see?
I mean, best to do is always wrong, because then I can
improve yourself.
Yeah. Improvement.
Let me know what you'd like to see, maybe for product or something, or topic. But at any rate,
topics is good.
What is on your mind? What ideas should we do? What should we cover?
Absolutely.
But when we get to 69 comments, we will pick one person, confirm that you did all that hard work of, clicking a couple buttons, typing a few words.
You're like the dog that literally gets angry and starts busting on the keyboard.
Or you could do, the old man style, click, click, click. Like I used to do.
How to use internet?
One finger at a time. But yeah, and whoever's the lucky winner will win this counter.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Peace.